What's up, what's good everyone? I was requested to do a tutorial for the My Little Pony ASL cover that I did, I'll Fly, a Rainbow Dash song. And I'm cosplaying a pony today, Apple Dumpling, one of Applejack's relatives, so I thought that I would make this sign language tutorial for you guys. Now I have been practicing doing SimCom, but this is a tutorial, so I gotta start doing the closed captions because it's really hard to explain signs while signing. So the closed captions are an option. Just so you guys know, I don't normally do tutorial videos. I have done quite a few at this point, but I only do tutorial videos if you specifically request it. So if you want to see me do a tutorial for one of the songs that I've already signed, then let me know in the comments, DM me on Instagram, join my Discord, any of that, let me know and I will try to make a tutorial for it. But only if you guys request it. Before I get started, I have to say, my disclaimer, I'm not a certified interpreter. I know my grammar is not perfect. I made this video for entertainment purposes only, and this video is just to tell you guys how I signed it. That is it. It was the best I could do. Here we go. Also, it's really important, before you start learning these signs or any signs ever, you gotta learn the ASL alphabet because a lot of signs use different hand shapes in the alphabet and many songs require finger spelling. So I do have a video for the alphabet, new video coming soon for that. There are a lot of other videos on YouTube as well. I just highly recommend that you guys go learn the alphabet before learning any of that. When life gives you lemons, you can make lemonade. So this, of course, is an English idiom. Life isn't actually giving me lemons. I was trying to make sure I was sticking with the concept, which is that when an opportunity arises, you need to take the chance and make the most of it. Kind of what I was trying to go for this. Given an opportunity, and take a chance. Given an opportunity, because she's getting the opportunity from something, which is like this. Give is a directional verb, so it's like I give you, you give me, I give to her, she gives to me or him, you know, any of that, or I give to them. An opportunity starts with two O's and goes into P's, and take a chance is like this, which depending on how you sign it can also be win, but usually it's like taking an opportunity. But life gave me Tank here, and my choice has long been made. So the thing that gave the opportunity gave Tank, which is the turtle, and because it's a name, I fingerspelled it, and I put Tank over to my left. Animals are usually classified with this hand shape. It's a bent V down. People are usually like this. Now if you're talking about an animal that's like walking and talking during a story, then you probably can use this. It just depends on the story. But for this one, he is actually just an animal, so like this. Then I keep it. I have it's like two K hands on top of each other, and you know, Tank is over here. I bring it towards me because I'm going to keep it. And plan is two flat hands facing each other and then goes across in a line. Plan need. And need is an X hand that goes across like this, like you're hooking something. No winter will come to Ponyville. For Ponyville, I didn't want to spell it, so I just went with town, which is like this, alternating across. And then winter, which is the same as cold. You can use this for winter, but it's initialized, so it's kind of more of like C signs. So I went with this one. Winter, not. Not is an A hand, starts under the chin and goes out, so not. Happen. Happen is two pointer fingers with palms facing up and then turning to palms facing down. I do it on my own. This one I probably should have specified more that she was doing it alone, but I translated this like a while ago. But what I ended up doing was just like, I stop, I'm gonna stop it. And stop is just pretty simple. I will keep you by my side so I will not be alone. So I have Tank here already established. And then I put myself right next to Tank because they're staying right by each other. And then I sign alone. Pasha, like get rid of that. We're not gonna be alone. No. And I'll fly. And I'll fly. I changed that last one to try and explain more of what I thought she was actually talking about. She is flying. So you know, I fly. Just like you're giving yourself wings. Why is a rhetorical asking, because I'm about to answer it in the next line. And Y, your hand starts kind of like this and then goes down into a Y until the end of the sky. So for this part, I wanted to specify more that she's not actually flying till the ends of the earth. Her goal is to stop the cold. You know all those signs. So I'll be the one who doesn't have to say goodbye. You will also pretty much know all of these signs already. The roll shift is the key thing for this part, because I'll be the one who doesn't have to say goodbye. So I roll shifted into Rainbow Dash, since I set up the classifiers earlier. Roll shifted into Rainbow Dash and started waving goodbye like it was happening, and then I turned back into like the narrator kind of Rainbow Dash. The Rainbow Dash telling the story, not acting out the story. And said that the thing that I just did, that's not gonna happen. It's new. I'll clear the skies forever. So I did forever, the clouds, get rid of them. So forever, your hand is like the I love you thing. It starts like by your eyebrow and then goes out into a Y. In clouds, you have like two of these hands and one of them moves and you like go across to place them in the sky and then put them down. So we won't be apart. Brought them apart and I was like, they gotta be together. Keep the weather warm for you. So weather is two W's and like the thumbs and the pinkies are together in the middle and you like turn them back and forth like this. Warm. Your hand starts as a fist like by your mouth and extends out as it opens. Warm. And the winter will never start. And you know all those signs already. This song I really was pretty simplistic with the translation, especially since there's only so many ways you can say winter in ASL and weather and all that. Weather makers Pegasi, who make the seasons in the sky. Pegasus really should be fingerspelled, but in kind of the world that I made of my My Little Pony ASL videos, I'm not actually ponies. I'm like kind of like the Equestria girls. So there's not really Pegasus in the world. I'm working on putting some of the episodes into sign language right now. I've decided that for the Pegasi, I will give them like animated wings when they show up, but then they're just like people with wings. They're not horses with wings. So for this part, I just went with flying people, since that's going with the concept for the show I'm trying to translate. And I needed to specify that they make the weather. So weather making people, you know, weather. And make is two fists. Start this way and then go like this. Make and then ers. This is like for people. So you have teachers, magicians. It works for that too. Students as the sign for student, like learning people. So this is like person or for someone that does the thing that you signed previously. I don't want to sabotage you. I did ruin. You want like two hands above each other that go out in this and your. This is the possessive, so mine, yours, or hers and his. But I put the flying people over there, so their job, and job is two fists with one having the wrist like banging against the other. I got to try. Did I try need? So try, you have two T hands that start here and go out, and then you already know need. No, winter will come here now. Did winter and never, which I use in a lot of my songs. So if you've seen my other ASL tutorials, I'm sure you already know it. But it's like you're drawing a question mark in the sky or like you're being sassy, right? Never. I'll keep the warmth in the sun somehow. So I did warm and the sun, which is like your hand is like, I call it a meat hand. It starts like that and then it goes out like a shining sun. And then I did stay. Now, stay is usually two Y hands like this, but it's kind of directional in the sense you can like move it around depending on what you're talking about. So because I have like warm and the sun over in this direction, I was like, they're gonna stay right where they're at. Sorry ponies, it has to be. Wasn't sure how else to explain that, and she is just apologizing, so I just went with sorry, which is an S hand going in circles around your chest. For I need my friend and he needs me. I put the classifiers back and then I did this sign, which is like relationship, or there's like this connection. So like they're connected. You can't separate them. I know it's wrong, but what does it matter? Wrong, well maybe, but I don't care. Wrong is Y up to the chin. Maybe is two flat hands palm up, like weighing the odds. And then For this but, I kind of used more for with the expression like, technically the sign for but is like this, or I've seen people use like, kind of like that. For this one, it's just like, so it's more of an expression, but I don't care. So I have two like O hands starting by the nose and going out. And I don't care. You can do it with one hand, but I felt like Rainbow Dash would do it with both because she really doesn't care. Because nothing's gonna stop me now. I just did give up, never. And give up, you have your hands as like S hands, and then they go up behind you like you're throwing stuff out. You give up. And then I never, she's never gonna do that. I'll change it all, it's only the weather. Weather change is fine. This is no big deal. You know, weather and change is two X hands. They start like this and turn. And fine is a 5-hand like tapping on the heart, on the chest. You know, pony's gonna bring me down. So people stop me, can't. You know, people stop me, can't is just two pointer fingers and one going down against the other. I'll keep the sunlight shining free. I put the sun back and then I cause the rays to shine across. And I'll bust the clouds apart so you can stay with me. So I put the clouds back up and then I like dissipated them. Is that a word? Dissipated? When I do the captions for this, I'll find out. And then I put the classifiers back together. And then it's the chorus. And that's it. It's a pretty short song, pretty repetitive, kind of slow, not a lot of signs, not a lot of different signs, so it's a really easy song to sign. And that is pretty much it for this video. If you like this video, be sure to hit that like button. If you want to see more, hit subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!